Eating meat is pretty tasty, so it's no surprise that most people do it. You probably do. But are they making a mistake and leaving half the human race enslaved by patriarchy? And DeLessio-Parson is a sociology professor at Penn State University. She's sitting right next to me on the set right now. In a recent piece for something called the Journal of Feminist Geography, Professor DeLessio-Parson says that eating meat entrenches hegemonic masculinity, and that for women, going vegetarian, quote, pushes back against the patriarchy and may even eliminate the gender binary itself. Professor DeLessio-Parson joins us tonight. Professor, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Well said.
So you wrote this in the Journal of Feminist Geography. My issue did not come, so I haven't seen it. But tell me,
I can send you a copy.
I can't wait. So you say that vegetarianism helps women push back against the patriarchy and makes men more egalitarian and respectful. How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, so that's not a direct quote, but that is very well summarized.
Okay.
So you must have good people working for you.
Oh, for sure. So how do you connect eating meat, carnivorous behavior, with the patriarchy?
Well, I said I brought you a gift, right?
Yes.
Use your imagination.
Okay.
And I think this book might help.
Okay.
Okay? So I read it this year. Have you ever heard of Octavia Butler?
No, never.
Oh, do you like science fiction?
Oh, tons.
Yes, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a book by Octavia Butler called Lilith's Brood. I can't remember. This camera?
Lilith's Brood. Okay. Yeah. And that's like a dystopian feminist novel about men.
No. You got to read it.
It's about carnivores?
You got to read it to find out,
right?
Okay.
Well, tell me, do you think that being a vegetarian helps defeat the patriarchy?
Well, wait, first, you going to read it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then
come on. Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right. And this is the one I'm reading.
Okay.
And for another partial response, check out this one.
Good. So we've sold a couple feminist books here on the book club.
They're not just feminist.
But tell me, let's get to the nub of it. How I eat meat.
Yeah.
How am I perpetuating the patriarchy by doing so?
Well, okay, there's several ways. One of the ways in which we perpetuate patriarchy is when we take up a little bit too much space.
Right.
And eating meat is a diet that requires more space on the planet.
Well, okay.
It requires more resources to produce meat than it does to produce plant-based food.
But what does that have to do? I understand that, and I know the environmental argument against eating meat, but you seem to suggest in your piece that there's something about meat specifically that makes men dangerously masculine, and that men who refrain from meat become easier to deal with, or as you put it, more egalitarian.
I seem to say in my piece. You said you didn't read it yet.
Well, I have the summary right here.
Well, you didn't read my words.
Well, I think they've got quotation marks around it.
Oh, okay.
Do you believe that eating meat makes men more masculine?
Why are you, I guess I'm wondering why you're so concerned about, men becoming more or less masculine.
I feel like this, are you really a professor? Because I feel like this may be performance art.
What's performance? No, I'm a professor.
Okay.
I believe that when you come together, two individuals come together.
Right.
You co-produce knowledge.
Okay.
So you were saying before you didn't finish college?
You co-produce knowledge.
Yes.
So you tell me this. If I stopped eating meat, how would I be better?
I don't think it's about better or worse, right?
Okay.
I think it's a question of how much space are we as individuals taking up. So how much space are we taking up when it comes to what we consume? The tea we drink, I really like tea. I had a package for you. I'll give it to you later.
Okay.
The things
Let me just ask you this really quick.
Put on our body and what we put in our households. How much space do we take up?
You promise you're a real professor?
Yeah.
Okay.
What does it mean to be a real professor?
No, this is getting too deep. I'm going to ask you one last final question, which is, I'm getting the sense from what I have read, whether or not you wrote it is another question, but I think that you did, that when men stop eating meat, they change in ways that you think are good. Is that true?
I think it's helpful that men stop, that all people consider how much meat they choose to put in their bodies. I'm not here to mandate anything, right? We all make our individual level choices. Our individual choice is incredibly important, right?
Okay.
Adam Smith.
Yes, Adam
Right?
Smith.
We were just talking about it in the green room.
I will say I come away with two strong impressions from this interview. One, I like you more.
Really?
But I know much less.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Will you have me back to discuss our books?
It's a paradox we can talk about. Professor, thank you for joining us.
All right.